It's fall, and I don't know about y'all, but I just want to be cozy. I've discovered chai tea, I've got a little glass pumpkin, I just want to wear sweaters and cozy up under blankets. So today I thought it would be really fun to just do a very cozy, casual science crafting, and we're going to crochet a water molecule, and it's gonna be so cute. I know what you're thinking, Brianna, how on earth is a water molecule cute? Just hold up. So to do this, you're just gonna need 2 different types of yarn, a crochet hook, something to mark your stitch with, some scissors, and some stuffing. Very simple. If you don't know how to crochet, I'll do a little bit of like, here's how you crochet, so ever so slightly, but go look it up. And let's start. So water is H2O, 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom, which means we need 1 color for our oxygen, 1 color for our hydrogen. And in typical fashion, I'm going to use red for our oxygen and white for our hydrogen. That's typically the colors you see on like a chemistry model kit. And all we're going to be doing here is just crocheting little balls. So we're going to need 3 of them. Again, 1 in red and 2 in white. The 1 in red is going to need to be a little bit bigger because oxygen is a bigger atom than hydrogen is. So to do that, I just did a magic circle with my crochet. I'll find a good video that shows you how to do it and link it down below if you're curious of how to do a magic circle. And there's a pretty easy formula for creating spheres in crochet. You start with a magic circle. You start with, in this case, I'm going to start with 6 stitches in my magic circle. So that's going to be our first round, is 6 stitches. For a sphere, we have to start increasing to make a circle. So with each increase, we're going to add 6 more stitches to each row. So we're going to go from 6 stitches to 12 stitches to 18 to 24, and probably go up to 30 is probably the size I'm thinking for this little boy. So to do that, all we have to do is increase in our stitches. So we started out with 6 stitches. To get to 12, we need 2 single crochet stitches in each of those 6. So we're going to increase in every single stitch all the way around. And an increase just basically is you're doing 2 of the same stitch you're doing 2 stitches into 1 stitch. So now I got 12 stitches all the way around in my circle. Next, we're gonna go up to 18. So to do that, we will just do 1 stitch, 2 stitches, 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 1 stitch, 2 stitches in each stitch all the way around. And as we increase rows, the same pattern is gonna apply. So after this, the next row, we're gonna go up to 24 stitches. So that's going to be 1 stitch, 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 1 stitch, 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 1 stitch, 1 stitch, 2 stitches. And you just increase from there. So 3 single stitches, 1 increase, 4, 1 increase, 5, 1 increase, until you get the size you want. I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, so I have done 6 rows, so I have 36 stitches all around, and I think this is big enough. So next we have to start building the sphere up. And to do this, we just crochet in all of the stitches all the way around. And we do that for the number of rows we created of increases, 6 plus 1, so 7. So I'm just gonna go 7 rows all the way around, not doing any more increases, and start to build the sphere. If you're like me and you are horrible at counting crochet rows, just tally them on pieces of paper. I have so many weird cryptic like tallies of paper floating around my house for crochet and knitting, so let's do it. 7 rows completed, we're starting to form the little sphere. Next thing I actually want to do is pause for a second and put some eyes on this little critter, because you gotta put eyes on it, right? So I just have like a whole pack of craft eyes I got from Amazon. You just kind of put them in there and then put the little backs in, and then you get little eyes. Little eyes for little oxygen. Hi there. And then once these eyes are in, we can start to do the decreases. All right, eyes are on, and now we have to start kind of making that other back half of the sphere. It's going to be similar to the way we did our increases, where we started with 2 stitches in each stitch, and then we do 1, 2, and then 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, and etc. Except we're going to do it backwards. So I have 36 stitches in a circle, which is 6 sets of 6. So in this case, I'm going to go back down from 36 to 30, which is 6 sets of 5. So I'm going to do 4 stitches, and then the 5th and 6th stitch, I'm going to do a decrease or combine those 2 stitches together to make 5 stitches. So I'm going to do stitch, 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 decrease, stitch, 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 decrease. So forth and so on all the way around. And I'm just going to keep doing the same thing going backwards until I'm down to 6 stitches again. So I'll go from doing 4 stitches and then a decrease to 3 stitches and then a decrease to 2 stitches and then a decrease to a decrease in every single stitch. Let's hit it. Okay, so I went ahead and finished up the little oxygen. Isn't he so cute? And then next we have to make he's so cute. We have to make 2 little hydrogens. I've already done those. Here they are. They don't need eyes. They're not a central atom. I just made these up to, I think, 24 stitches instead of 36 stitches, so they're a little bit smaller than our oxygen here, just for a size comparison. So now all that's left to do is to sew these little bad boys on. The classic Mickey Mouse ear structure. And let's go. I have a needle in this bag somewhere. My life consists of several just bags that are full of different crafting supplies. And when I have to go and find my, like, whatever project I'm working on, I have to dig and be like, which bag was this project in? Good times, good times. So basically, I left a very long tail at the end of finishing up each little ball, and so I'm going to use that tail, attach it, so long tail, attach it to a needle, and then use that to stitch it to my oxygen. And I'm just going to basically sew him around, or stitch my hydrogen, sew him around onto my oxygen until he is secure. I won't lie to you, this is like my least favorite part of making any crochet thing, is trying to sew it together, because I'm not the 120% best person at it. Anyhow, these are actually really fun to make. You can customize colors, atoms, make whatever molecule you want just using this simple base pattern. I've actually made I made several of these guys in the past for in my undergrad. One of my lab mates worked on pyrrole molecules, and so I made them a little pyrrole molecule for Christmas. And my honors thesis for undergrad was I worked with 1-phenylpyrrole, so I made like little 1-phenylpyrroles for myself and all of my thesis committee people. And then in graduate school, I worked with styrene a lot, so I made little styrene molecules for everybody who, like, for all my undergrads who helped with all my stuff. So I do have a history of making cute little crocheted chemical molecules as little presents for my friends, my nerdy friends. All right, that feels secure. All right, just gonna knot up this yarn real quick. Trim all my loose ends. I wish it was that easy to get rid of cut loose ends in my life. And voila! He's done! Oh my goodness! If you have a really cute name for him, drop it down in the comments below, because you know you gots to name your inanimate water molecule, correct? So I hope you enjoyed today's video and just a little tutorial on how to make a water molecule, or literally expand it to any other scientific molecule you want to. Go crazy. If you end up making your very own, tag me in it and I will repost it, because if you're watching this channel, you probably love little cute cartoon molecules as much as I do, honestly. But I just want to do something cozy, something very chill. Been a lot going on recently. It's really gonna ramp up with Halloween coming up, just personally, because Halloween's my birthday, and channel-y, that's not a word, but just because I want to feature some really cool spooky science and do some awesome outfits that are also science related, so just chilling. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, check me out on Buy Me a Coffee if you want to support the creation of these little boogers even further, and as always, keep it sciencey!